when you really start thinking about integrity and what you believe in, it's very easy for somebody to say, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. But the time's going to come when you're put in a position to show that and to demonstrate that. And a lot of it has to do with even defendants who, when they get indicted and they're facing time and they're found guilty, the time comes where if they were screaming from the hilltops their whole life how they were against informants, well, the time then comes. Are you truly against it, or are you going to become an informant just to avoid accountability? And that means you never stood for it in the first place. I don't care what they say, but that's the facts. If you don't stand for something in the first place, it's very easy for you to simply not follow through with your actions. And a lot of defendants, personally, I know many that were put in a position where if they would open their mouth, everything goes away. They could walk out of the jail the next day. But their integrity was too strong. Their moral compass was too strong. It would not allow them. That wasn't even an option for them. That's not even in their vocabulary to be something that they were against their whole life. And yeah, it's tough to stick to your integrity. You have a lot of people serving the rest of their life in jail because they have integrity, because they won't bend and they won't change who they are inside. And then you have a lot of the informants who I'm sure back in the day, they were using the terms, oh, I hate rats, I hate... They were probably using all of that, right? But when the time came to prove that that's what they believe, they showed what they really believe. They showed that being an informant's not that big of a deal to them. They could live with themselves with that. It doesn't affect their integrity. And I think that's what a lot of people miss. See, integrity is not just something to go on the rooftop, say, oh, I got integrity, I have all this integrity. It's something that at one time in your life, you're going to have to prove that that's what you believe. And it's not easy. Practicing integrity is not easy. I mean, even with the facts like with me, where you don't engage with informants or those who platform them, I'm sure for me it's not uncomfortable because I guess I'm just, I always say it, I'm a bit of a prick, so I don't care whose feelings I hurt. But for other people, and when I say I don't care whose feelings I hurt, let me be very clear with that. If somebody is insulted by me practicing my integrity, shame on them. So that's the feelings I don't care about. If you take insult to me staying true to who I am, shame on you. That's not my problem. That's you problem. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. That's how I see it. I don't put my friends and I don't put my family and people I care about in positions where they're uncomfortable or I'm influencing to do something that's against who they are. So I would never get insulted if somebody I'm friendly with is uncomfortable with something. It would never insult me because I want my friends to always be comfortable. I want them to always be okay with something. Even maybe say I'm okay with something and they're not. That's fine. I wouldn't take insult to that. And I'm talking about friends and family. I couldn't care who takes insult on YouTube. I don't expect much from anybody on YouTube. I just don't expect much. I've seen too much to expect anything. I could count on one hand people that I want to build a friendship with on YouTube. So that doesn't even factor in. And I think that's really the test for all of us individually. There comes a time where you're faced with certain things. You could shout as loud as you want. You don't like this, you don't like that. But there's going to come a time where you're confronted with it. And you have to make a choice. Do you stand by your integrity, although it may be uncomfortable, although you may feel like you're hurting certain feelings and stuff? Is your integrity that important to you where you're going to stand by it and follow through with it and to hell with everybody who's against it? Or are you going to fold? Are you going to make adjustments to satisfy others? And at the same token, to really be who you are?